Strong. I'm on the way. On a surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. Preparing for a long repeat. All right, kind of surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. Preparing for a long repeat. Strong, preparing for a long repeat. Gotta count up and up and down. Picture going about 100 miles. Battery can't miss now. Standing tall, ready, always on. Taking me to pin town. P.O. said slow down, so I caught a wave and I skipped town. 16 was on the age, there's 12 jurors in a mistrial. They seen I was underpaid, said you wide, no 10 time. I need like a man, even if your eyes don't dare to. Touchdown like I had a 6 with a shimmy, nigga, that's a pop move. Don't be worried about what straw do. Do you and I'ma do I. Third boy got a paint job with a clear coat and some fall guy. The girlfriend nigga took a beat, I was fresh meat, no big five. Came in with Beyonce, put a ring on it in the lunch line. Head coach and I'm on the court. Referee, but I'm shoot three. Put sweat in it 2 degrees. So my water, I can barely breathe. Kelly Slater with the board flip. Push it up when the chords hit. Violins in a bell tip. Open up, let me splash it, brother. Call the surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. Prepare for a long repeat. I like it. Call the surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. Prepare for a long repeat. Second round of the fight, something ain't right. I gotta do my work. Blue walking through the air, no naked flight. There was some people. Got one like a living. I put 15 on all. Hit the ground, running rabbit. That's the Usain Bolt. Oh, like 2 finger signs so far, I can't be taught. 19 is crunch time, and I send it home like a walk-off. AMG on steroid, get the flex one through the nightmare. Coming full force, no one, just know I don't fight fair. No flight fair. Hot rounds out of hot barrel. Put the mic in the head, lock into the tap there. Short LCPR. What the hell are you weak for? Took them to the water, get them up. Time for you a lifeguard. I'm an old damn lifeguard. Been this real wish sharp. Life show me it was hard. Get skatebooks and I count cards. Play my hand for the W. Time to talk about who is who. Baby on this, who is who. I'm on the surfboard. I'm to Stroud.
Check 1, check 2, check 3. Yeah, welcome to Hood Talk. This is your boy, Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella, ready to get the show started and let them know what we're talking about tonight and all the other good stuff.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube, Mr. Know-It-All on Facebook. If you want to send him some love, there is the information. One other good thing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. But we're getting started on this subject tonight. Single by choice. Why is it that some are single by choice?
We're gonna get into this real quick because that's a question that I think when I think about people being single, I think it's all about not the ability, not wanting to change, not wanting to let somebody in, or really having your own boundaries and everything already set how you kind of want it and don't want no disruptions. Sort of like that. Sort of like that grouchy old man in his yard, and he get mad when kids run in his yard because he ain't got nothing else to be mad about. So I think sometimes singleness come a little bit from anger too.
From anger?
Yeah, angry at the world for doing you, feeling like it did you wrong, feeling like when you did try to be in relationships that you got uh, a failing grade, a F. So I don't think nobody that was successful in relationships said, "Oh, let me stop it." You know what I'm saying? I think it was sort of like, I don't like this. I'm not fitting in, or it's not going on, or I picked the wrong type of dudes at first and I put myself in a bind and now I can't get the right type of man or the right type of woman I want because I chose the wrong people. I had 4, 5 babies out here. Now I can't get the right person. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
You think that might have anything to do with it?
Well, yeah, in some instances, yeah, I agree. Some may be bitter or angry, and some may just be tired of the bullcrap.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. Tired of what you've been through because ain't nobody that was in a nice, healthy, and good relationship said, "Oh, you know what? Nah, I want to be single." You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think it's stuff you've been through. I think stuff you've been through might tarnish you or what's the name? Like, like a lot of times I say, a lot of things you've been through fuck your head up. So it's hard to put yourself back in the same situation when you don't know how it's gonna go.
Yep, that's true.
What's up, Melissa Dukes? Happy Tuesday. What's up, Latasha? Up in his house, up in this thing. Read that.
Melissa said, good topic, because no one is real anymore. All they do is lie.
Mm. But I'm glad she said no one because that means no one. Okay. What's up, Chantel? Up in his house?
Hi,
Because
Chantel.
I do agree with that statement. Real good, Melissa. No one tells the truth no more. And that's how a lot of people end up single because a lot of people feel like they tell the truth and they stand on truth, but they really don't. So I think a lot of people have skeletons and all kind of stuff they hiding from others and all that. And that what keeps them out of good relationship. Some people crackheads, powder heads, pill heads, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? People do stuff behind closed doors and then they pop out and they be like, ha ha, I'm all good and this and that, but knowing they lying to themselves. Come on with it.
Some men got a wife and 2 girlfriends. If you ask them, they say they are single. I think that's what she's saying. She was typing so fast, she couldn't get single out. I think that's what you were saying, Melissa.
She's saying, but ooh, a wife and 2 girlfriends and saying he's single. I don't know about that. Now you pushing it a little bit. How you know he got a wife? Or he might have a wife on paper, but not in the real books. Because I have seen a lot of that. I done seen wives on paper, but in the bedroom and everything else, is single. It's a lot of men living sexless lives in a house with a wife, and they in one room and she in another room, and he ain't touched her in, and shoot, 2-3 years. You got things like that. You got women giving, ration out that thing once every couple of months. And I think you got a lot of things going on that makes men run down different paths, and even women run down different paths. I think you got a lot of things going on.
Tasha said
Because
nobody don't got time for mess and drama.
good.
Single by choice. No one is real.
What's up, right up in his house? What's up, Daniqua? Is that right? Did I do that right?
I think so.
Daniqua. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to do better. I read that.
Melissa said, be with the man for 7 months. Then you got a call from Shirley saying that's her man. You've been talking to him, and the lady say he's
Her man.
he's her man for 1 year and 7 months. Oh, okay. So you've been having for 7 months. She say I've been having for a year and 7 months. Numbers don't mean nothing these days. She said, yes, it's all pop out. She said, yeah, that's what she was trying to say.
Yeah, she called me. Come on.
Mine came from being the baby girl of 13 boys and having a good dad who spoiled me. And I hate to share, but I'm very good at playing a player. So I always put myself first, nor do I like to share. So people hate me because I don't settle. But I will go after the money and call shots on everyone else but mine. Okay. I'll say everybody want to get married, but I can't get married because I can't cut my dead daddy check off. Laugh out loud. So when they can't understand that, I run.
Oh, this is gonna be a good show. She said, seriously, she called her. Oh, this is gonna be a good show. I might as well start getting up into these things here so we can go and get some of these out the way. Come on with it.
So some people are single by choice because many want to prioritize personal freedom and independence. So people want to go and do as they please without being committed or having to co-sign with somebody on what they're about to go and do.
Read that too.
Chantel said, I can't be cheated on because I'm not married. So I change up before they do. Laugh out loud. I'm just saying, no, now nobody like me no more.
We're gonna get into this. Yes, sir.
Like I said, I'm just gonna stay single because men like to play games, lie, and sleep with everyone.
So, and then see, that's one thing I'm sitting up here hearing, and I think sometimes we don't understand. You know how they say it takes two to tango sometimes. So sometimes I think it's more than men playing games because we just heard it. I just heard Chantel say how she come from 13 boys and she learned how to play the player. So I think a lot of people are getting burnt on both sides.
He said, I have me some good plumber though.
I have me a good plumber though.
I have me a good plumber. Okay.
Okay, come on with it.
Nikita said, nobody wants real commitment and stuck in their ways.
Shouts out to Nikita. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. I think that goes on both ways because, like, I think women are the ones that look for commitment, security, and some of these other things. And I think men look for loyalty, respect, um, uh, how they say somebody gonna handle business or whatever. This, ride or die. Some look for best friends. Somebody look for a business partner. You got different things that different people look for in a relationship. So I think it's according on what you committed to. See, I think you know, sometimes if you ain't got a vision, it's nothing to be committed to because I think a lot of men have a vision on what they trying to do. What business they trying to get off the ground, this and that. And I think when it comes to ladies, um, the vision is more of a party vision. What trip we want to go on, what place going out to eat, or where to be seen at, or what party to go to, or what Mexican place to stop by, stuff like that. And I think I haven't been around women other than them working at their regular jobs of actually saying, "Oh, yeah, I got this business, and I'm trying to get up off the ground or whatever, so I can stop working for the man or whatever." I never hear that. So when I think about commitment, I think about what are you committed to, and sometimes some people are committed to the fun part of life, just the fun part of life, and some people are committed to the business part of life and they have fun. And that's a different thing. I think I always heard when men was coming up, we would say, yeah, we work hard and we play hard. You know what I'm saying? I never heard women say work hard. I might have heard work smart and we have drinks afterwards. Um, but we're gonna do it like this. What's up, Kimberly? Up in the his house. Happy Tuesday to you too. What's up? I,
Adriana. Adriana.
She said she need a plumber. Read it.
Chantel said, these men don't understand you're not a player. If your girls don't know about the other girls, they are fucking behind you or just a liar. That's the problem I don't be looking for. None of that because my dad handled all that from the grave.
Okay.
It's these weak ass men I hate that allow anything just to say I have a
She said weak
man.
ass women. God damn.
These weak ass women I hate that allow anything just to say I have a man.
Well, I think we can't call women weak for having a man. I think it takes strength to be able to have a man or have somebody or whatever and deal with them. I think is weak when you can't deal with anybody. And I think sometimes we don't understand that sometimes because we might be in the zone or something like that. I think I think that's you're basically saying that, all these men and women that got family values, that have a man or standing by somebody, from thick to thin, going to doctor appointments, you know, you know, being with them through, wheelchair and all this kind of thing. I think it takes a lot of strength to stand by somebody, and I think it's easy to run out by yourself and say, "Oh, I don't need nobody." You know what I'm saying? So I think it always takes a little strength to do stuff like that. Come on with it.
I'm an Aries and I tried to date a Leo and it just didn't work because he's selfish, heartless, and he showed me he didn't care about me or my feelings, just only what he had going on with his kids and family only, I think.
Mm,
So,
yeah. Well, see, that's a hard thing now because I thought men supposed to care about his kids and his family. I mean, I think women should try to become a part of the family instead of talking about all he care about is his kids and the family. I thought that was most women wanted out of a man that cared about his kids and his family. I don't know about that one. I don't know. That's kind of hard to shake that tree down. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
All right, come on with
I wasn't made to work hard. I'm a helper only. They accept too much stuff, but I also seen their parents and grandparents do the same stuff.
Well, I mean, so basically, you saying that all the years, down here, all our parents dealt with bull crap to have us and to raise us and all that, and then was you think you're supposed to stop now? I think the bull crap, like they say, shit rolls downhill. So I mean, it started up top and then gonna keep on rolling till it get to the bottom, till it get to where it cuts off and there's no more. And I think that's what family. If you didn't have family, you would actually wake up and probably walk to the stove, get you a pack of cigarettes and a beer, and slowly die. If you didn't have no family, because what could you do? Who would you hang out with? Who would you even care about?
Right.
You would be like the person that 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 stays up in the mountain by itself, chopping wood or whatever, and just looking out there in the wilderness and starting to see the animals as their family. And
Mm.
you probably, like they say, like the elders say, like Kevin Samuel or something, you probably buy a cat or a dog and die alone. And I noticed that you used to, um, um, women used to cherish family and kids and all that. Now I see a lot of women latching on to pets, dogs, cats, and all this because they're actually trying to put that as their immediate family. They buying suits and clothes to go on dogs and all this stuff. And the best of dogs still ain't gonna last 20 years, good before they get blind, deaf, crazy. Some only last 10. So it's just some about how society thinking family is. I don't think they wasn't. I don't think any woman that actually had children really regrets it. I think a lot of women cherish their children and family and this and that. And sometimes they might regard the men, but we got to look even in the past. When marriages was arranged and all that, it was all about the kids. It was all about passing down something to the next generation and all that. It was all about, having a boy, a girl, or whatever, having this nuclear family that you can, that I once seen a dude and he said one thing about grandma that was magical. You could be around grandma's deathbed or grandma's funeral, and you can realize all these people came out of grandma. All these people that came out of grandma and made livings and all this come out of just grandma and granddaddy. Made all these people, all this generation. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even care about it no more. We so busy talking about career. And then now we seeing that careers ain't the biggest thing and this and that. And now we want to be like, oh, our career. Oh, no. The reason why ladies should not never think about careers like that, because if you become a career oriented and you focus on a career, you're going to wake up one day 40 and 50 with no kids and no family, and you're going to be miserable like a lot of these Hollywood celebrities that's running around looking for attention on TikTok and all these videos because they done let the family pass them by, and they like, but I was just thinking on Father's Day, how would it feel to not have a child, not have a baby or something? I don't think we so worried about the world and about trying to be comfortable all through the world. We forgot the world is uncomfortable and life is uncomfortable, and life is not. You can have the perfect family and all of them can die in a plane crash. You know what I'm saying? They can be going to a family reunion or whatever, and even when I was watching that movie, I forgot that movie when the mobster came and killed his whole family on the trip, or the Predator, I forgot what it was called. But when the mobsters came and killed the police officers' whole family on the beach, they was having the little beach thing and they killed the whole family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I thought about it, how heart aching and heart was named to sit up there and realize you're the last person left in your whole family. You know what I'm saying? And how that must feel. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people realize that when they go out here and they don't want to have kids and they don't want to do this and they don't want to do this, and then they let the family just go because your own selfish reasons, because you want to change how life been all these years. Life has always been about family. When you go, and even turtles make risks to go out, and crocodiles make risks to go out and have all these babies and put them all on the beach in one place. So when they hatch, all these predators gonna start eating some of them, but the ones that make it to the ocean and be able to survive after they make it in there, because even when they get in the ocean, Joker's gonna kill them off and all that kind of stuff too. And we don't even realize how lucky we are to be alive, and all we do is complain and live our life is just complaining about life and complaining about other people's lives. If other people are happy, see, we so busy worried about certain things that really don't make us better or happy. You know, when you start worrying about, I was listening to even dude Charleston White or whatever, and I heard him say one time about like women so worried about what men are doing. When women gonna get back to being women? Women then became men out here and wondering why men ain't trying to be with men, and why you catch people babying their children and this and that, and you got women making their sons into women and all this old kind of stuff. Then you say, oh, it's just natural. He always been. No, he's been around you all his life, and birds of a feather flock together. If he get around you so much, he gonna get some of your thing because he haven't been around men. So you got to put him around something you want to be with. It's just like taking a kid to karate practice and letting a karate teacher teach him discipline and teach him this and teach him that. What you put him in, them sports and all that different stuff you put in that molds him into a better person. We forget about this as life go on because we so worried about trying to change men from being men. What women don't even want to be women no more. What about that part of the equation? What about everybody running around here hard and cussing and fussing and smoking and drinking and got more? I was at the store the other day. I was looking at a woman. I said, dang, women got more tattoos than men now. She got sleeves all down her arm. And I'm like, why? Why are women trying so hard to be men? And we got to look at it in a whole different thing, because when you try so hard to be something you're not, of course you're gonna mess up the whole society and how things work. So sometimes we got to realize when women stop being nice and I remember when they used to say women are sugar and spice and everything nice, and that used to be the slogan back then.
Mm-hmm.
And out there crip walking, I seen Vanessa Williams or whatever on the stage crip walking. She would crip walk around this thing. When women start doing that, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you know it. Why do it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Why is this competition between men and women? Why are we, got them the 3-point contest against men and women? I bet you one thing they won't do. They won't play a basketball game between the men and women. They trying to bridge these little gaps and things. They won't do that one. But I'm just saying. Come on, let's read something before I get it.
They better have long-term disability insurance, laugh out loud, a 401k or IRA first before depending on me.
I understand. But I mean, and long as you come from the door and tell a joker that you ain't gonna be a good person to him, I'm sure you'll get exactly what you want. Nothing ass nigga. Because if you tell a nigga from the door this how you rocking, you can't get nobody worth a name. You can't. Even if you go to a job and say, hey man, I need a job because my probation officer, it might feel like you keeping it real, but you ain't gonna get that job. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. If a woman come and try to come too real or try to come too hard and this and that, oh, nigga got to do it like this, and nigga got to do it like that. A nigga looking at it like, oh, no, a nigga don't. You might get a nigga that will, but it ain't gonna be the kind of nigga you want. And I guarantee you, if you walk a certain kind of way, you ain't gonna get the one you want. You might get the one that'll deal with you because he's homeless, he a bum, and all that. And all you gonna do is talk about him like a damn dog because only thing gonna come to you is somebody who ain't got no morals or something like that. Because especially if you telling him that you ain't gonna be shit to him. So we got to understand what we putting out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, come on with it.
A homemaker was the best job I had when my kids were growing up. But their dad is a senior citizen, so he was born in a different time. That is the best thing they did was allow me to be a homemaker while our boys were growing up.
I agree. A lot of women would love to do that because I think women like their jobs until they get 50 or until they get older and realize I want to do this till I'm old and gray. I want to do this to 60, 65 or something like that. I don't think women thought about work like that. I think women thought about I'm gonna get a job and I'm gonna work it for so long. I'm gonna get retired and then I'm gonna live my life and sit back and go on trips and this and that. Then you realize if you ain't got no super good job, all that other stuff that that reason these other women can afford all these good trips and stuff like that because sometimes they got a husband that sit back and let them save their money and they can go to this place and go to that place. But if you ain't making no real good money, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's just not the same. Come on with it.
Life is life now. Cut soul ties and with whatever family men, friends, whoever to restore your peace until God sends you your mate, period.
That don't work. This whole thing about God sending you a mate, God ain't in the dating business. I'm sorry. A preacher told me that, and life done told me that. Because if God was the one sending you the men, you wouldn't have got all the shit that you done picked so far. You wouldn't be crying about it. So really, you can't blame it on God. You picking the man. So you got to blame it on yourself to be virtuous or whatever, woman or whatever, and you will attract the right man, by being a good woman. I don't think you can put that on God and say, God gonna send you some while you ain't doing the work. See, a lot of people want certain things. A lot of people want a man, oh, he don't smoke, he don't drink, he don't do this and that. But then they do it. Undercover, they do everything they want the man to do. And sometimes they sit up here and they don't even realize what they doing. They don't even realize who they are. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize a whole lot of things about themselves. Then they trying to put out in the world to get something good from putting something bad out in the world. Sometimes people can feel like they doing everything right, but deep down, they know that no, a lot of people get just what they need and just what they putting out. And you can't get you can't, how they say, you can't find gold in a silver mine. That's a song. You can't find gold in a silver mine. So people don't realize if you're going to clubs and you're going out here and you're going out there, and women party more harder than men and go this way and hang out with this and hang out with that, you ain't setting yourself up for the person that you want. And that's what I got to say about that. You can cut everybody off, but God ain't gonna be the one that send you. You got to put in the work, and you got to put it out here to attract what you want. Come on with it.
I hold a lot of free rent in people head. I don't know why I call it ninja stuff. I thank God for my upbringing, for real, for real.
Mm, come on with it.
It's levels to this stuff. I have it laugh aloud.
Mhm.
I wish I was a homemaker, but I'm too independent.
I feel like a lot of women, it comes natural to be sort of like a homemaker. But I think, these days a lot of men ain't making the well, I think I put it away. I think if you remember when they got on this live not too long ago, and I was telling you about how when I talked to this dude at the paint store, and he was married, and I was telling him, the gift for the game. I said, if you got a team, a partner, you could work, and somebody could use their money to pay the bills, and the other person could stack their money for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Oh yeah, y'all could buy a house. Because if somebody make 50,000 a year, if you sit up there and y'all survived off one paycheck for, you know, let me add it up. 6 years, you could buy a $500,000 house. You can buy a $500,000 house, and then y'all could chill out, start stacking your money after that, and live how you want to live. But if you ain't working together with somebody, how can you do that? How can if you ain't if it ain't a team, then what is it? You know what I'm saying? So that's how you get left behind, and that's how you can get pulled forward. See, back in the day, and that's why we look at Mexicans, Latinos, and some of them getting ahead so quick and this and that, because sometimes they pull their resources together, get certain things. Like, imagine if you're doing that and you pull your resources together, and then say if your man wanted a truck or something, and you pay all the bills, and he took his money for a year, and he was able to buy a truck, buy a lawn, or whatever he wanted to do, and he able to do that, and then in a year, 2 years, 3 years, y'all can have just about everything you wanted, and it could make money. But a lot of people ain't thinking in a business way when they get into these relationships where they can see how it can prosper. Because people so selfish, and as soon as they get extra money, oh, I want to go on a trip. I want to go here. I want to go to France. And I want to go to and just throw your money away. And you can see all that shit on TV. You know what I'm saying? All that shit can go on TV, whatever. If you feel like you got to touch it or whatever, this and that, fine. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes if you plan early, you can still be able to do everything you want to do later on in life. But it's all about planning.
I don't like nothing if it has to do with labor. Miss
Come
Warner
on
said,
with it.
I've been holding myself down since I was in this world. I just don't have to deal with or put up with no man, period. I did the work. Good women, they choose the hoes in the streets. Facts.
Okay. I don't
And
believe
she said
no,
men choose.
I'm saying I don't believe this. I've been holding it down since I came in the world, because somebody was holding your ass when you came in the world. See that I don't. I think somebody was holding you, putting that bottle in your mouth. I think somebody was holding you down. So I mean, we could say this, but it sound good, this and that, and because I think this anti-man thing, no man period and all that, I hope, you know, I don't realize that women don't realize like everything around you is kind of done with a man's thing in it. Like the house you in, It wasn't built by a woman. The car you in, the woman might have put a couple parts on it or screwed the windshield wipers on that thing or something, but she ain't built it. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
know, and I just think sometimes we don't look at the cable men out there climbing up the pole, the roof on top, making sure the water don't get in your house, or the dude that's remodeling the house. I ain't never seen a woman remodel a house, come up and get the, she might do the inside interior decorator or something like that. But now tearing out walls and redoing your kitchen and this and that. I ain't never seen a woman pull, bring a refrigerator in a house or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen it. You know what I'm saying? So we got to count on, that old type of thing. I think all right, come on with
I beg to differ. I think God will bring you the right man if you're committed to Him. The right man will come.
I think that what I said. I think that what I said in so many words. If you committed, I don't know if you just committed to God, He gonna bring you the right man. I think if you commit yourself to living the right way, the right kind of man will come in. And what's name? But it's up to you, because you still can live all the way right and still pick the wrong man. I didn't seen it. I've seen people that have been in church 1,000 years and they still pick the wrong man, the crackhead or whoever, and God ain't in charge of choosing that man. And then He ain't in charge of how crazy that man gonna get if you ain't acting right. So when you say God is in control of your dating life, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna fly. Oh, hold on. Go ahead. JJ. Shots out to JJ up in his house, up in this thing. Come on with it.
Jay said the same way the system forced women to separate and operate solo, the men also found a way to operate without the responsibility of being tied down and having to be the overseer to provide for his family. Men have found a way to have their cake and eat it too.
I agree. And I think the only part about that is not to be cold, not to be calculating or anything like that. But I think when it comes to that, I think women trying to act like men is never gonna work, because I think men can survive off a little bit of pussy and a whole lot of work. Uh, and I think women need men more than they think they need them. They need them to help raise the kids. They need them to put structure in their life. They need them sometimes to keep them from being them. Um, I think a lot of things that women miss out on not having a man in their life. But I think a lot of them, when they do fall to this part where they get to the part where they feel like, oh, fuck all men and all that, I feel like you reap what you sow on down the line, because I feel like a lot of women, without being regulated, however you want to say it, can go down the rabbit hole because, like they say, uh, men talk to God and a lot of women talk to the devil without even knowing it, because women are in love with the joy of the world and not the hardship and not the other part of the world that it takes to build it to a better world. So when you are in love with the fruits of the world, that's the devil side of it. when you're in love with the drinking, the partying, and the clubbing, the shaking your body, the twerking, and all that stuff, that's the devil side of the world. That's why, in a lot of Bibles and Muslims and cultures like that, that they didn't even let women show their body because they know how women would use their body. That's why women was just able to vote, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, just about 100 years ago. I think it was because women are too emotionally moved. Like, I was talking to somebody the other day and they were saying, if you just had Democrats and Republicans, just men, just in there, just, trying to figure this thing out and knocking down and this and that, they'd have been had some, and wasn't I? Think about when you look at the TV and you realize who fussing all the time and not fussing about nothing about the policies. They just fussing. Oh, I don't like him. I don't like, it ain't about what you like. And it's about doing what's right for the American public. It ain't about who you like no more. They in there. It's about doing right on the American public. I hear the 80-year-old black lady, what, Maggie, whatever her name, what's her name? She 80 years old. She's still hollering and fussing and this and that. Oh, shoot me, this and that. Man, that stuff, all that stuff there ain't getting no policies, ain't getting nothing done. And the White House ain't getting nothing. What's the name? All this emotional stuff. Oh, we can't do this. We can't do this. Yes, we can. We can do a lot of stuff and get it done. But men get stuff done. If you go outside and say, so we're trying to get the yards and all that, if a dude trying to bring down a tree and the only place he can bring it down is some flower beds over there, a woman would try to make him go the other way to bring the tree down so it won't hit her flower beds. Some plants that you can buy for $20 and replant them back over there, whatever. But she would make him try to go around them plants or lay that tree somewhere else because that's how emotional a woman feel about certain things. When the man would have said, "Hey man, yeah, go ahead, go just get it down." And it'll be down and gone, and you can straighten up the yard and get this thing back right, and it'll take this 5-6 months, and it'll look just like it looked before then. But we got to understand how people are thinking and how stuff roll. You know what I'm saying? I knew that women weren't problem solvers when you have women that tell you, oh, I just want you to listen to my problems. I don't want you to solve it. I don't want you to I just want you to listen to me. And long as you got women that don't want their problem solved and just want you to listen, you know they ain't problem solvers. They don't even think about wanting to solve the problem. They just want to vent. They don't care about solving the problem right now. You know what I'm saying? A man, most of the time, he care about solving the problem. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just feel like that. Come on with it.
I don't want no more big houses. I've been there, done that. In my family, we keep the money in our family like the Mexicans.
Why you just can't be like y'all and not the Mexicans? See, that's my only thing there too. I think people as a whole got to start thinking more family, because it ain't just Mexicans, it's Chinese, it's everybody. Everybody keeping their money. We the only person that go around spending our money with everybody else, and nobody spends money back with us. And that's what I was telling my partners on here the other day. They was sitting up there and they talking all that mess and talking about how, oh man, oh, they're illegals and this and that. And I'm like, just like this here. How many Mexicans call you and tell you to do a job for them? How many of them Chinese women that do your, or them Koreans, whatever, that do your nails, whatever, ever call you to do their taxes or do anything for them, that do their hair, anything? When have they ever asked you for your phone number before you leave up at the nail shop or what's name there? What you do for a living? When they ever cared? They don't even ask you what you do for a living. They be sitting up there talking to each other. Phone. Yeah, nasty now. Yeah, they talking about you all up in there and all that because you might know a little bit of Spanish, but you don't know Korean and all that other stuff they be talking up in there. Yeah. Rita says she agreed. Teamwork. All right, come on with it.
I live a life. I don't need a vacation for real. For real. Every weekend I'm on vacation, messing up some commas. My teamwork comes from my dad. Anything extra is just that. He told me I would take care of you, living or dead, and he'd do just that. By the way, I have a baby syndrome. I'm the baby or my mom and dad, so I don't accept nobody telling me no. So she a brat.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But you know what was interesting about that? Being the thing about not trusting men, whatever, but you trust your dad, there was a man that set you up for the rest of your life. So we got to realize that it's men out here that can be trusted and can be trusted to set you up after they dead and gone. Because that's how grandma did. All these grandmas back in the day lived 10 and 20 years after grandpa died because he set it up like that.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he was going to leave here early. He knew he was going to work himself to death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now you got women trying to be men and they going to work themselves to death, not even knowing it. I'm looking on there, and just like I said the other day, I was talking to my partner, and I was talking to him, I was like, I went looking through my friends, and I didn't realize how many had died. Didn't realize like 200-300 friends done died.
Oh, wow.
And it was shocking to see how many women died. And I kept looking and I was like, whoa. And it was a lot of combinations in there. And but I don't want to go deep down in that. But I said to myself, I was like, wow, big boy, to live longer, we got to do something different. You can't do the same thing you were doing at 20 and think you can do it at 40 and 50 and you're going to live a long time. You're going to kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? All that drinking and all that stuff you did at 20 and this and that and smoking and all that, you do that stuff at an old age, you're going to bust your heart. And I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Okay, read that.
It's always been the woman they are known to bring down, King, and kingdom in my grandma's voice.
Yeah, the bring down king, yeah. And and I believe that, and I think that's why when people say, they be like, oh, big boy, why are you so hard on the women? Women are in charge of being next door. If you ever watch chess. King, he don't move that much. He move one space here, one space there, one space here, one space there. And he's like that in real life. He don't move words, but he moves a little bit. The queen run all across the board. All across the board. But guess what? When the queen dies, the chess ain't over with. The chess is over with when the king dies. And people got to understand, sometimes you don't realize that you got that you need a king until the king ain't there. And just like she said about her daddy setting up from here in what's name, that's what a real king do. He sets the foundation for stuff to keep going on.
Yeah.
It's street services, lawn services, business, concrete business, all kind of stuff that the pop done set in place for the boys and all that to keep on going. Tree cutting business, all kind of stuff going on that these boys learned how to do, and they able to make money and keep on doing it because of that. What's up, Eminem up in his house? I had to, hold on, I'm gonna have to do it. Mocha Money? Is that Maca McCay? Eminem, I'm gonna stick with it. Come on with it.
And a lot of men dying of heart attacks.
Yeah. Come on with it.
Jay said, I hate the narrative that so-called African Americans don't want better. Haven't tried or don't have the ability to do as other cultures and people. A few of us have reached levels, and that's the excuse. It's all fair. But the fact is that the system is designed and it operates as planned.
My pushback on that, JJ, is the system that made a lot of people flat foot rich around here. If you look at all the NBA players, the football players, the people on TV, the people doing movies, the rappers, and all these people that done made hella money around here, it's on them if they don't do nothing with that money after that. That's why I like about the boy Future. You know, people can talk crazy all he want to, but he got a couple restaurants, couple bars and stuff. I got him a strip joint in Atlanta, and he's not trying to live in no big old mansion and all that stuff. Making money. You got Big Mike in Atlanta. You got Atlanta, got a whole lot of people making money in Atlanta and all these little places. You know what I'm saying? Making money, and they changing lives for the better. You got a new generation coming up that's thinking more of how to spend their money, how not to go broke. They looked at all these athletes that had these bunches of millions of dollars, and they went out and bought these Maybachs and all this old other stuff that don't make money. See, that's the problem. We will sit there and have a $200,000 car in front of your house that don't make a cent. All it do is look good. And we sit up here talking about, you know, won't nobody let us ahead. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. If we start making our money make sense, we start investing in the stock market, we start doing stuff, we start doing other things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I was taught early how to make money work for you and all kind of stuff like that, because I think a lot of us just not taught. When you ain't taught right and you start thinking everything that you move, being a man, because when I see these big old nice houses, big old $200,000, $300,000 house, you know what? One thing I realize out there sometimes, an old raggedy truck. Even them big old houses. I can look around Jackson and I see an old regular truck out there around these houses, or a little work truck out there, or whatever, whatever. So we got to teach our kids to learn how to work and how to get money and how to try to save and how to work together with the next generation coming up. If they gonna ever be about family again, they got to learn how to work together. And we got to stop pushing narrative out here that just be single, just be single, just be single, because we fucked up and we, kind of fucked up and this and that. We got to push the next generation to do better. We can't take our baggage and push it off on them and say, oh, all this world fucked up. No, you can make it better. And it starts by teamwork, getting a partner, a team player, and trying to set a dream, be on a mission, and don't stop the mission. Think smart. Think smart. If half the people had insurance on, and this was just a stat, if half the people had insurance on their loved ones, half of America be rich already.
Right.
Come on with it.
So it's not stability, no foundation, a lot of messy situation.
Well, like I say, with that whole thing, is sometimes you got to come off a battle and you got to meet somebody on your level or better. And once we stop caring about hair and nails and we start caring about relationships will start caring about us. See, that's the problem. When you don't care about something, it don't care about you. When we go out here, let me tell you, the worst thing you can tell your child to do is this. I see everybody throwing up finger signs saying fuck the world. You say fuck the world gonna say fuck you, and you're gonna end up in a body bag somehow. Because you done lost respect for the world. And that's what people run around here doing. I run around and I see too many funerals with dudes with a cardboard sketch out with finger sign thrown out, fuck the world. And now we doing it. And every time I see people with guns and this, we know these kids. We have these kids. We see our child with 8 guns on their page. Do you tell them to take it down? Do you tell them to put the weed down? Do you tell them don't put that on social media because you never know what they might use against you later on? And the police will tell you we using social media to track people and to arrest people, and you still do the same dumb shit. But then we want to blame it on the system. No, the system telling you to stop doing dumb shit. We just keep doing it. We keep not trying to save money. We keep not thinking about buying a house. We think I might leave here. You wait till you about 60, 70 years old. Now you want to buy a goddamn house that goddamn is worth $300,000 that you ain't gonna never pay it off. And you can't leave it because you gonna die before it get paid off. And then they ain't gonna be able to pay for it. Or they gonna already have their own little house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We just got to think different. Come on with it.
August said you can be rich today and back broke tomorrow. You got to learn money management and responsibility a lot. Don't have the mentality to lead.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. Come on with it.
All those people are real high paid employees. Most of those guys are broke 3 to 7 years after the light likes. We are less than 1% of the billionaires.
Okay. Don't you know, them dudes ain't billionaires, they millionaires. And don't you know it's more millionaires self-made now than was passed down general wealth, because the same thing when I was saying about teaming up with somebody. If you making 50,000 and your partner making 50,000, if you figure out a way to live off 40,000 in a year, and you can save 60,000 each year. You know what I'm saying? And people not thinking like, and you can save that money for 3, 4, 5 years until you get it right. And then you can come back and you can invest that money, or you could be investing that money then, government bonds and all kind of different stuff that people don't even think about. Money management accounts that have high interest rates and stuff like that. We're not even thinking about stuff like that. So you always got to be thinking, and the same thing, like Jay, and I agree with what you're saying. But you know the problem with them people, the reason they go broke in 3 to 7 years, because they get in there and they don't do like Ocho did. I remember Ocho Cinco. Everybody talked shit about him. I remember Terry Owens. A lot of people talk shit about him. I remember he got a little broke because his manager took his money. But Ocho Cinco looked over all his stuff and saved all his pennies and stuff, and then splurged, didn't get no big old nice car. He was still riding a bike to practice and all kind of stuff. So people got to realize it's on you to save them millions. When you go out there and you see a joker like what the dude 50 Cent that did BMF, the little boy, the boy that played his daddy in BMF, and he go out there and he buy all these chains and $10,000 pants and all that shit. I listened to Tyrese, and he was talking about he buy fake watches. He don't buy no real watches. He said he rich already. He don't need no what he need. What he need a $50,000 watch for? What he need all this old high dollar stuff for? See, people don't even realize that mentality of most rich people. Like when you see rich people and they stay in them big old housing thing, you don't see them, with all these yard men and all this old stuff. They be on their lawnmower just like Brett Favre, down there on a tractor cutting his yard every week. Because they know how to save money. They know how to not splurge on money. They ain't making minimum wage and going out there trying to get pedicures, manicures, when you can buy your own little pedicure set and do the shit your damn self and save a lot of money every week. Mm-hmm. See, our grandma didn't do that. They didn't throw money away like that. They did their own nails. They rolled their own hair up every night. I watched my mama roll her hair up. Even though she might have got her hair done every other week or whatever, she still, I watched her live, I watched her use coupons and all that stuff to get extra benefits. And then when the last time you seen people using coupons and stuff, trying to save a buck? They just don't do it no more. People drop change and don't even. I pick it up. Keep on dropping. I pick it up for you. Okay, come on.
Stop being tricked by the material.
Right. Yeah. That part. What's up, Jen? Up in his house. Go ahead.
Because everyone living for the day, not thinking about the future. We got to get out of the mentality. Got to get out of that mentality.
Right. Got to. If we don't, we're just gonna keep on going down. Come on with it.
I decided I had a good run. I purposely held myself back to see if I can catch up. I challenged myself, won, lost some. I'm not struggling to keep IRA life insurance on me that my kids can see my example through this action.
Okay. Come on with it.
Me coming from a family who owned their own business, I was taught about money at an early age, and I pass it down to my kids. When it comes to money, it's you versus you in my dad's voice. So you got to be able to tell yourself no, if not a fool, and money shall part.
There you go. That part. Now that I can get on that one. Come on with it.
Usually they doing it for clout.
Yeah. Jen said, "Me too," and you are right. You're right. Come on with it.
I still have a sock with a safety pin. My china cabinet is my bank.
All right,
Uh-oh.
man.
Don't
Be
say
telling
it
folks
loud.
that
They're gonna
somebody
be
be
telling
running
trying to
through
play.
your China cabinets up in there.
Right.
They be like, "What a girl, stay the key." Yeah, but yeah. Oh yeah. Oh Lord, how much I'm gonna have to get on something now. Come on with it. Cause I know you gonna talk about me. Come on with it.
Okay. Not too many want to feel constrained or committed. So that's why people are choosing to be single. That's their choice. We've
I
already
agree.
talked on that.
Yeah. Come on with it.
Staying single allows greater flexibility.
Yeah,
Just
to
like
do wrong.
you want to do what you want,
Yeah,
to
to
do
do
what
wrong.
appeals you. No, to do what
uh,
appeals you. It's self
yeah,
gain.
I got you. Go ahead.
You can't just say wrong. It's just what
No,
they
you
want to do.
right. You right. You right.
The
Go ahead.
idea of marriage and having children is not universally appealing as it once was. And many people are questioning whether these traditional goals align with their own desires. So people used to be interested in getting companionship, getting married, having children. Now people are questioning these things. Is that something I really want to do? Do I have to
Yeah.
get married to have children?
And I think that part is because of society. I think society have opened a door that wasn't supposed to be open. Men didn't supposed to know how women think. And I think social media have opened a door for men to listen to how women think about them and how, how they say the 80-20% rule, like the top 20% of men usually get most of the women, and the other 80% of men are left scrambling and trying to deal with what they can deal with and kind of getting misused and abused sometimes because they're getting used for the wrong purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So when I remember something a long time ago, and I used to always hear that phrase, "I pay the cost to be the boss. I pay the cost to be the boss." And I knew something told me when I started seeing how women wanted this money so much, I said, boy, shit finna change around here. Because women want this money worse than men now. So I knew something was gonna change, and it changed. Women started getting money, then they started looking down on men that wasn't getting money like them. Then they started telling you, "Oh, you got to be on my level, making more money than you." But they don't realize at one time, the job field was kind of thrown off for women. It was thrown off for women to thrive in it. Computers, tech, and all that old type of stuff. Now the computers been caught up with the robots and self-answer machines and all this old stuff that's coming through that's finna push women out the workforce a lot. And they sitting up there gearing up for it. They said 20% of women will be pushed out the workforce in the next couple of years. And I think women should do like I said last time. Find them a mate. Settle down. And don't think you can do it on your own, because everything sounds good, because they say college education and all that ain't gonna be worth a book in a minute. So I just want people to know that it's gonna be a different thing in just a year or two. Come on with it.
No one would want to be in the mind frame when they were in a relationship. Men want multiple partners, women want their own man, so single is safe.
No, that don't sound right. That don't sound right. I'm gonna tell you why that don't sound right, Eminem. Because see, I feel like, come on this show and I gotta give you the goods. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let women know the goods, what's his name. And the reason I don't believe on the single is safe thing, because if you single, then you by yourself. Then really that's not safe. If you in a house, by yourself, and you fall down and you hurt yourself or whatever, what makes that safe? If you come home and it's dark outside and somebody try to attack you or whatever, coming in behind you in your house, whatever, what makes that safe? You could have cameras, you could have anything. But now, all of a sudden, just going to the park, just doing little things don't make it safe as it was. And the whole thing about the safe thing, when you want to have sex, what makes it safe to be single? Because now you're not just you taking a risk of meeting new people. New people here, new people there. You don't know nothing about them. So what makes that safe? What makes that safer than what you was in?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't see nothing safe about out there. Let me tell you something. Women can shoot all that stuff we want to, but just like Chantel said earlier, she got her plumber. So, that's what make it a little more safer when you got somebody. See, all that old, trying to be just single and just run around just doing that, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna be safe. So, I mean, that's what I got on that safe stuff. All right, come on with it.
People don't have their own toilets these days. That is a big problem. I'm just saying. I have 3 and I would not share them with someone who don't have one toilet.
I don't know what to say about that. I'm just gonna
I get what she's saying.
Is that right? That was it.
Also, one of the best things we did that was frowned upon was buy jewelry. I knew jewelry was an investment. All those big old heavy gold cans we wore in the day are worth 20 and 30 times now. So glad I saved some from back in the day. Unfortunately, not too much.
Yeah, I got some old jewelry on there. Come on with it.
Morgan said AI surely is, and men are complaining about providing now.
Yeah,
Chantel said not from
And listen, I got to say that on that, the women. Hold on, let me bag it up. On that, men are complaining about providing that. They just complain about providing for outside interference. They ain't complaining about providing for the house they stay in and the people that's under their roof. I know men, and they don't trip about that part of being a man. Go ahead.
Chantel said, not for me. We have multiple family businesses, so the woman in our family were bosses first.
Oh yeah, women always see. I think sometimes we don't realize that we had millionaire women back in the 1800s, black women that was millionaires. We forget about the woman that invented the perm and all that old type of stuff. See, we forget it was women that was millionaires back then. I did my research. It's a lot of women that had money. It's a lot of men that had money. They just stayed out the wrong men way. It's just like now. You got to learn how to move. You got to learn who to stay out the way. It's just like P. Diddy. P. Diddy was moving right for so many years, but then he turned on and tried to bite the hand that fed him. And that's how he lost, damn near losing it all. Come on with it.
I'm telling you what it is. It's no safe no more. It's not safe anymore. We have learned to protect ourselves better than any man we've been with. For some women, it's never been safe with the man you're in a relationship with. So it's a give and take.
Yeah. And I look at it like that. Then you picking the wrong type of man if you ain't never felt safe with a man. You done picked the wrong man. And that's sad to even pick somebody and to say you never been safe with them in a relationship. If you pick the person to be in a relationship with and you don't trust them, I don't know what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be at one time trusted this person. And if you didn't, I don't know what cause see, like I say before, like past relationships wasn't about love. And that's what's probably now. People are so bent in this, we need to be love bomb and all that. Love relationship was about duty. Like the woman handling her side of the business and the man handling his side of the business. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was for all these years. And then it started turning into love. Love don't, like they said a long time ago, love don't pay the bills.
Isn't that the truth?
Come on with it.
Yeah, it's about to hit women especially hard in the next 10 years. On another note, too much shit out here. I don't trust nothing but my palm no more.
And I ain't got one, but when he said that, the first thing came in my head was I remember a person back in the day showed me a lady had a pocket pussy that she was talking about that she used for a man. and it was just so funny to me. So when he said that, that's the first thing that came out of my hand. Some men just don't trust women no more. They'd rather just get, and especially they coming out with these electrical dolls and blow up dolls and all kind of stuff to try to get men to be desensitized on a lot of this stuff. Come on.
Let's bring hunching back and just start this thing over.
Come on with it.
Some men are still boys and have not grown up yet.
I can agree with that one. But the simple fact is women got to learn how to pick through the boys and grab the men. See, the problem is you got a lot of women grabbing boys, and then they start getting mad later on in life, and that ain't right. You got to, if women start early, start teaching their child and this and that how to pick a provider or a good man or whatever, they wouldn't be picking boys. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
was looking at another boy and I was thinking about it. And I remember, sometimes, women, only women do this, get so in relationships that they can see a young boy come over there and trying to date their daughter or whatever, and they'll let the little young boy move in with them or something like that. Because I don't know why, but if a man ain't trying to go out there and get his own or got his own and this and that, and you really hindering that man from growing up by letting him in your household, sitting under your child, trying to become a baby daddy, because that's exactly what he's doing, trying to become a baby daddy. You feel what I'm saying? That's all he can do in your household.
Yeah.
So once your child get pregnant, you can't blame nobody but you, because you let the devil in your house. Like I say all the time. Like I said, women sometimes listen more to the devil and men listen more to God, because women the one that they wear the tight stuff, the tight clothes. They dress their kids in tight clothes. They dress their kids up and have their kids looking like they grown at young ages. And they the one let them go to prom with these half naked dresses on, see-through and all that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being classy like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And now it's about who can wow each other and all that. And it's not about teaching people to be good people no more and trying to pick them to pick good people.
Yep.
Come on with it.
That woman was a unicorn, Madam C.J. Walker, I believe. She was the first African American millionaire woman. The wealth gap is farther now than in the past. It's a fact that the worst is yet to come.
It's not a unicorn. There was a lot of people had money back in the day. It was a lot of, if you watch some of the movies, it was black slave owners that own slaves. They just don't talk about it as much as they talk about the white slave owners, but it was blacks that owned slaves too. So I mean, according on what side of the country you was in. If you was up north, you seen something different than what you was out south. It was in Chicago and a lot of places. People was making money, getting money ever since was night. That's why they said a lot of people down south migrated to the north, because they was different. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think Jay, we use this as a pacifier, and when we gonna take the titty out our mouth, I never know. But we got to start telling people to be accountable for these millions you get and put it in progress to try to make some more millions or whatever. Stop just grabbing your millions, because I don't see none of these football players or none of this. I don't see none of them with no grocery stores or none of this old stuff. What black Walmart that should be around here, these black grocery stores that should be around here with all these millions I got. Because when a black person get money, they just try to figure out what's the bigger house or the biggest car they can get or the best jewelry they can get or something like that. They don't think about, let me get a business that I can start. And what's the name? It's a lot of people like the Joker car they sell trying to buy in the Metro Center for what's the name. Why not buy a grocery store? That's what we need around here. You know what I'm saying? Some grocery stores, some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we got to push When we look at a Kanye West, what has he put in the black neighborhood? He had almost 400 billion. He talking all that good black stuff when he was coming up, the college album and all that stuff. We're talking all that good black stuff and all that, and he went straight and married a white girl, had babies, and she got half of his stuff. He got stuff over here. But what he doing instead of trying to buy some Nikes or something like that? What is he doing with his money? What a grocery store? What was his name? See, guess who is putting money into what's his name? Kyrie Irving. Won't you go look up what Kyrie Irving doing? Won't you go look up what LeBron doing? See, what you gotta think about it. People like that infect people under them. So you got to watch who friends with LeBron and how they're emerging better and stuff like that, because that's why people are starting to like LeBron more, because he's showing them how to make money outside of basketball.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people learning how to do that. There's a lot of you got to think about it. These black boys now, they coming in the NBA. I mean, on a rookie contract, 4.9 million. Look at what Sanders just getting. He getting 4.6 million. They said over the first 4 years of his contract. They mad because rookie contract, and they said he made 6 million in college last year.
oh wow.
At college. So ain't no reason to get mad. But what he started doing, what he started buying? Maybachs, cars, big old jewelry around his neck, everything. But you got to think about it. He already got generational wealth too, because his daddy out there selling shades, selling this, doing this, getting himself back on top too. So you just got to look at it a little different. They teach him the game. Come on with it.
There's men that do get scared of serious relationships, and they are running away to start another relationship with someone that's not a full woman.
I ain't gonna do that one. Come on with it. Come on.
It's no trust no more, cause it's open season of bad health, no morals, getting over sneaky links, etc. How can you pick a good man when men portray and act like they the man until shit hit the fan?
Well, I don't think. See, when it comes to that, I think sometimes we looking for this man that never existed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes women don't realize even Martin Luther King was in some shit. You know what I'm saying? Only couple men that you know that wasn't in a couple of shit was Minister Farrakhan and Malcolm X. Other than that, it's a lot of men that been in a whole lot of shit around here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what women trying to make men is not what they was natural with. You got good men out here, but guess what? Some of them good men are boring. Some of them good men just work and go home and stuff like that, and they too boring, and they too just all they want to do is sit down and watch a movie or do this or do that. And you want to run the streets. You want a motherfucker alive. You want to feel alive and run these streets and this and that. Somebody who got all this get up and go. No, a lot of men when they get through working in the daytime, they tired. And they watch a movie, drink a beer or something, and lay the fuck down. Sorry. Come on with it.
You think if a man was raised in the street, he sees so much but want to do better from them street, for them streets?
You would think, yeah. You would think, yeah. You jumped over there.
I said you would. I said that first. I said you would think if a man was raised in the street, he sees so much but want to do better for them streets. Like going back to the streets and try and make whoever out there do a little better or move a little different.
Well, I think
that's what
sometimes
he means.
I think it ain't like that. I think sometimes when some dudes raised in the streets, uh, sometimes they get out of the streets and they don't want to go back. It takes a special kind of man that'll come back and reach that hand out and try to pull the next person out of the street, because a lot of people don't want to come. A lot of people would rather try to pull you back in the streets than trying to get out the streets. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that part now. You know, how many men and women probably then came and said, "Hey man, I can get you a good job. You stop smoking weed, or you stop doing this, or you stop drinking." And I'm gonna be like, "Fuck that, man. I'm gonna smoke this weed, man. I'm goddamn luck." You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna, you know, so it's like sometimes you got to make certain changes to get what you want. And that's life. And a lot of people won't change to get what they want. They want what I want, still being just me. I want a whole different thing, but I don't want to change. I want to keep on doing this, but I want everything around me to change and better this, and better that, better that. But I want better health, but I don't want to stop drinking. I want better this, but I don't want to stop smoking. So I think people can talk all day long, but it's all about the work you put in when ain't nobody looking. See, everybody can talk when everybody looking, but it's the work you put in when everybody ain't looking. Come on with it.
The truth is not safe.
Yeah.
We picking through the trash.
Listen. That because you're in the back of the store. Go in the front of the store and go in there where the groceries at, and then you ain't got to worry about it when they throw the stuff in the dumpster. Don't get the stuff out of the dumpster. What I told them about them leftovers. Don't wait till goddamn you get 50 and 60 and want all these good men out here. All the good men sometimes get snatched on up. A lot of people want to wait to the end, and good men and good women. A lot of people want to wait to the end of life and run the streets and do everything they want to do. And then, oh, let me find a good one now. I'm ready to settle down. No, you done put that, you done put them in a whole lot of stuff then. Come on with it.
Why men can expect a woman that is not jealous of another woman and can take him to other women and she still remains 1,000 with him? Long as the money keep coming, I'm just saying, time has changed. That's why most women bosses are single.
Okay.
She did.
All right.
Why? Okay.
You want to break it down? Go ahead, break it
No,
down.
I think she was trying to say why men can't respect a woman that is not jealous of another woman. I think that's what she was saying. If I'm not right, let me know, Chantel.
So that it kind of threw me off a little bit. Go ahead.
Adriana said that's tacky if you have to advertise your naked body on social media in order to get a man. Try something, keeping your clothes on. Maybe a decent man will come along.
Yeah. Hey, you said it. I did. Come on with it.
You're right. They
Yep.
living for today, not for the future.
All right, come on with it.
Because he knows if it's an ending time on basketball and football, you got to have a plan. Men got to understand that foundation. Got to build a foundation.
Come on with it.
It wasn't a lot. Question. Those people who speak on are the exceptions. The wealthy know just holding money is a receipt for trouble. The rich know that money have to move in order to issue generational wealth. Even the bank gonna put your savings to work by loans. They ain't gonna just save your money in a vault.
And I'm gonna push back on that because we used to always talk about the grandmas that kept their money in the mattresses and all kind of stuff back in the day. It was money out there. It wasn't all in the bank like that
It
because you
wasn't
put it
accounted for.
because if you put it in the bank back then, they probably try to take it.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're claiming.
yeah. So come on with it. Oh, she said, oh, okay.
She said, Mocha. Okay.
Come on with it.
We have guessed what they didn't want to do that change. So that's why we single.
Say that again.
I don't
Break that
know.
down.
I,
Okay. We have
I,
this. Maybe she's
what
saying
they
to get.
didn't want.
Maybe she mean
We have to
we
guess
have.
what they did want to do that change.
Yeah. Okay. That make more sense. Yeah. Come on with it.
I love them people who don't look like me.
Oh.
She said, no, sir, I can't settle or be down.
Well, I understand what I'm saying. If you can't settle, then you can't be down. Then you won't be down, and you won't be settled. So I understand. She said, easy to get a man, but hard to get a real man. I can agree with that because that's what I'm saying. You might get something, but you ain't gonna get what you want. See, a lot of women, if you move a certain kind of way, you can find a man. You can dress in your skirt and your heels. You know, I talk about a whole lot of shit, but you can dress in your skirt, your heels, half naked, your titties popping out and all that. You can find a man tomorrow. But is it gonna be the man of your dreams or the man that's gonna take care of you or this and that? With a goddamn couple of sleeve tattoos on your arm. Do you think the man looking at you and saying, "Oh, whoa, yes, good woman," or he thinking, "Oh, that's a biker woman or something"? I'm just saying, a man don't just look at that and say, you know, I think she a good woman. I don't think a man will look at you and see a tattoo on the top of your eyelid or a tattoo on your middle of your forehead and say, yeah, you know what, she's sweet. You know, other than that tattoo or you know, 4 bull ring noses in your nose and you know, 18 earrings around your ear and thing. I don't think a man just sitting up there saying, oh yeah, yeah, that's who I want to have my kids. So we got to think about that whole, you know, thing about how you move and what you attract. Like they say, bees are, you know, attracted to honey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Flies attracted to shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you, you know, if you attracting a certain kind of what's name and you ain't attracting nothing but that, you got to look at how you moving, and you might need to move a little different to attract something different. But you can't move the same way and think that you're gonna get a different response. That's insanity. Think you can move
So
and act the same way and get a different results. You can't. Come on with it.
men have to value women.
Yeah, I think men do value women, but I think women also want men to value hoes. And I think I
Wait,
think
say it
no, I'm saying it's a difference sometimes between women and the hoes.
again. Oh,
So sometimes we can say men value women, but men 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 value women. Men probably don't value women that feel like they're operating in the same ultra as a man. So Men probably don't value other men or other women trying to be like a man. So you got to think about what he value and what he want. And a lot of men want peace. They want a certain level of peace or a certain level. And women then stop being sweet. And they were like, oh yeah, a real man can handle me. No, a real man don't want to handle you. A real man wants a woman that got a handle on herself. I don't feel like I got to go and throw a rope around you and jump on the back like they break a horse and you bucking and bucking and bucking. Oh. Nah. Man want a woman already goddamn and broke, and you supposed to be broke from your teachings from your mom to try to teach you how to be a young lady, how to be a woman, and this and that. When you moving in a different spirit, you ain't gonna get the same thing.
It's amazing how the men who don't look like me love us black women. I'm just saying, it's only hard to friend a good brother who is God fearing and honest with values. They are putting kids in those women, though. They having
Yeah,
babies.
but see, that's because sometimes women are looking at the outside. Just because it looked like a man and handsome and got all the muscles that you like and all that stuff, that don't mean he want that manly thing. I remember when I came up, I used to hear dudes just talk like, oh yeah, I'm trying to find me another baby mama. I actually heard this come out of a man's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Gonna make me another baby mama. And I heard women say, oh, I'm gonna give me another baby. I'm gonna have a baby by him. Didn't know him from a can of paint. So sometimes women can look at a man and just want his baby and don't want him no way. So we got to get out of that. We got to get to women starting wanting the man, then the baby, and not the baby, then the man. See, women that got to the point they want the babies first, then they'll go down the road and find a man. That's backwards. No, they don't. No, they don't. It just feel like that because you have to go to the strip club with a man. Just hang out with a man one day, go to the strip club, and you see him in there. Then he can't get out of there. Oh, time to go home to the wifey. You know what I'm saying? No, there's no value in that. Just like I said, it's the fantasy or whatever. It's a one night thing. Boom.
Oh,
This
wow.
so no, I mean it's even. I'm gonna tell you this. Even women when they feel like they're gonna do something special for their man, and they go get did up, they go put on their negligee, they put their heels on, they get fouled, they get everything and this and that, and they go and they have sex and they have the best time, this and that. And you know what they wait? They wait till another special occasion to do it again. They don't just do it next week because they had fun last time. They don't do it all the time. Women don't act feminine like that all the time. Women
And so you go
wait
to
to
the
a
strip
special
club.
occasion. Huh?
So you can get it from the strip club anytime they open, can't you?
They can get a one night special. I mean, not
Mhm.
and doing it, but they can get and see. Because I'm gonna tell you this: when you go on a strip club, because I used to work there. When you go on a strip club, first thing first is the woman gonna treat you like a man. She's gonna be very nice, very hey, how you doing? Oh, you need some help, you need this and that. They're gonna sit in your lap and they're gonna be all rub on you and do everything that you feel like you probably wanted at the house. Go be at the house and put your skirt on or whatever, put your heels on or whatever, and let your kids be gone or whatever, and go out there and tell your man to bring home some ones or whatever, ones and fives or whatever, and let them, and you start doing half of the things that the strip club, but he gonna be doing the same thing, and he gonna give it to you without hesitation. he gonna see he gonna wait in the strip club. Okay, but he gonna just throw it to you because he know he gonna get his at the end of the night. It's just a different sequence. And if women knew how men head think, they would do more of what men like, and not just what they feel like. Come on with it.
And the reason why so many women are single. Okay. Men value women that keeps them heart, then nothing after that. Then nothing after that.
I'm not going there. Because reason I'm not going there, because any woman can keep a man hard if she's actually trying. I think when a woman just going, it's the same thing when a woman say the man just going like a ritual, like it just up, there you go, raise your leg up, boom, 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 up, do that. When it's a ritual, then okay, it might not what's name. But if it's something that, women know what they man like and they know how to give it to them. So if they decide to do that once every 2-3 months, and that's when they get that exciting thing. If they decide to do it every week, they'll get it every week. If they decide to do it every day, they'll get it every day. So it's all up on a woman knows, she know how she got him. So she know how to turn him on. She know how to make him, tick or whatever. She know what he likes. So it's on her.
But you know what? A lot of times in situationships, relationships, or whatever, a lot of times it only take like a distrust for a distrust to happen. Just say, for instance, you catch your female on the phone with a guy or with a guy, that make you move different, or she catch you with a woman and they make her move different. So that be things when that wedge come between it. Can people bounce back from that? Can men bounce back from if they feel like their woman was out on him, and if the woman feel like their man was out on them? Do you think that they can bounce back? Will their relationship ever be the same? More than likely, no.
Hold on. Well, I already know we're going to have to do a part 2 because we didn't get through half the damn topic. I totally agree with that. And it said, preach, Mr. Marcus. Women feel the same way. We don't want a grown man child. Yeah, I agree with that. But like I said, you got to remember that I put it away. And this is what I think a lot of women don't do early on. If you want to be married, you got to chase marriage at, you're 18, 19, 20. You got to feel like you want to be married then. You can't wait and try to chase marriage at 40 and 50 when you done did all your running around and all that. And I can see the people that, husband die, man die, or, they was in a long relationship and, something happened or something like that. But, people that's, been single 10, 20 years, 15 years, and then all of a sudden at the end, they were like, You know, they looking at it like a dog, like getting a dog or something. You know what? My bucket list, I want to see if I can do a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You know, they put it on their bucket list, like, you know, like you didn't do no research. You ain't trying to what's name. You don't want to rub. You don't want to learn nothing about being a woman to this man, but you want to put it on the bucket list at the end. And I think that's the problem. Because I hear women, and sometimes you hear them like, oh, I'm going to go on a trip, but you know what? I need to find a man before I go on this trip. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the only reason you finding a man because you want somebody to go on trips with you. I'm tired of going on trips by myself. It's like buying a dog or something. You know, I'm gonna find me a man this year so I can go on me a couple of trips or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it just don't make sense. Just see no self-control. Come on with it.
So affection seeking outside. That's what she was talking about, the strip club. Men are all over the place. We're not chasing that no more.
Well, I agree. I think it ain't being chased on both sides though. I think right now you got a lot of men that's like you got a lot of men that's chasing the bag. I think a lot of women talked about men not chasing the bag, not doing that. You got a lot of men that's chasing the bag, getting themselves together. I said this years ago. I said men are packing up. They're gonna get out your way. They're gonna come in better and this and that. But I don't think women are doing the same thing. I think women are partying, clubbing, having their girls' night with the, you know, and becoming further away from a life that they feel like they want. You know, I watch lives and all that, and I don't know if women see how they look on some of these lives. You know, like they messing restaurants and all kind of places. They slapping the girlfriends on the butt. They got them dancing on each other like they got them on Black Girls Gone Wild. I mean, it's something different. They on trips, 4, 5 of them, and get rubbed on by these what's name. They putting these little things on their pages. They promoting if they know it or not, they promoting gay men by putting it all up and down their page and stuff. You can't possibly want a real man and you want him to step into some of this shit that's going on. You know, this Cash Doll and Carly B culture and, you know, all these women, Gorilla and Sexy Red culture. I mean, women don't even play good music no more. You can just ride down the street, women got that. Oh yeah, one, never let a nigga do this. 2, this. 3, fuck a nigga in it, fuck him and all that. 4, and all this culture that's telling you to be a bad person, but you want a good person. And you're passing by a nigga pulling up beside him and he listening to that shit. Nah. We listen. I listen to people just their stories, the music they put on their stories. And when I hear women putting certain music on their story, I already know what type of attitude or mind frame they might have. They don't got to tell me nothing. I know it ain't a loving mind frame because you are what you eat. And if you putting all this shit in your system, you ain't making yourself into a better person. And you can't possibly want a great man to step up into some of this shit that women are doing right now. You can't possibly want a good man. She said, because men like that kind of entertainment. No, women like that kind of entertainment. Men don't like to see women slapping on other women booty unless he in the strip club and it's a fantasy for that night. He don't want to take one of them home in the strip. How many times you seen a good doctor or whatever take the man? You watch Pretty Girl, Pretty Woman or whatever, and you thought that was real life. You remember Pretty Woman, the one in the red dress, and the dude that had all the money, he went in there, cleaned her up and all that. No, that is not real life. The real doctor or the real dude go out there. See, Kevin Gates just learned his lesson when he was fucking with the Brittany Renner or whatever. You knew she was a hoe. You tried to make her a housewife, and she divorced you after 52 days. 52 days, the divorce. 52 days. That motherfucker didn't even last 3 months. And then she up there talking about, oh yeah, we got to wait 90 days because I got to make sure that I'm not pregnant or something like this. I'm like, what? She worried about, she hoping she can get a baby out of it so she can be set for the next 20 years. That's all Brittany Renner was trying to do, is secure the bag. She threw that little costume up. I tell you, see, men ain't fool with the costume. She threw the costume up and she said, I'm gonna get old stupid ass Kevin Gates. And did it. She played the Muslim role. He was in the Muslim and all that. He's a Muslim. And she got him. Hook, line, and sinker. And she was out of that motherfucker quicker than and I already doing interviews, being the Muslim woman now. I already, oh, even though I changed, I don't want this. I don't want this. She don't want this.
That's how a lot of people are in relationship on both sides. They'll play the role that they think you want them to play until it's revealed. The truth will come out. That representative can only last for so long.
Right. And I say the best thing to be sometimes is just don't be trying to sugarcoat it. Don't try to make yourself look like no good guy and you not. Mm-hmm. I think that's the biggest thing that men do. They try to make themselves look like the good guy and this good old two-shoe guy. And then women do the same thing. They try to make themselves seem like this goody two-shoe girl and this and that and behind toes, all that. They snarled and what's my name and hanging out at 4 in the morning and shit like that. And then they swear down, I want a goddamn good man. That stuff is not the same. And then you got people that get in these relationships and don't want to change. You can't be single and get in a relationship and say, oh, I need to be that. I'm not finna change because I'm in a relationship. I'm going to be the same motherfucker I've been doing. Yeah, you're going to get the same results. I'm back single again. Okay. Just like Brittany Renner. You can try it. You can mask it for a minute, but the real you going to come right back out. So I think the problem is we can't stop people from being themselves, but you can, you can grow and mature in yourself, but you can't stop people from being their natural self. So that's why I say if you meet somebody at a point and they doing certain things, don't expect that you're going to stop them. because once they get to a certain age and they still doing certain things, you just can't put in your head that you can stop them. They can only stop themselves.
Usually they have men though.
I think all women, it's easily for a woman to have a man, juggle man or whatever. But the right man, that's the part we ain't getting to. The right man. Any woman can have a man. It's the one that she won't. That's the problem. Anybody can have a man.
Or the one that's gonna be some good to her. Adriana says, I say live life, make your money, meet people, and just enjoy. Well, if he already has a wife, no woman wants to share no man, especially in the same house. Come on. Would you like two men with one woman in the house living as couples? Could you do that? Have two men, you both shared a wife. But you know how that is it polygamy? Where it be a man with multiple wives? Is that what that is?
Right, that's polygamy. That ain't polygamy. That's a train.
No. No, I'm saying, you know how
two men and one woman, that's a train. That ain't no couple. That's a train.
I'm saying how in that stat, you know, how the man can have a man with multiple wives, right? So I'm saying, do you think that would be at the impossible for more than one man to be living in the house with one woman? I've seen something like that.
Yeah, listen.
Well, a lady had two men.
Yeah, I done seen one with four, but let me tell you something. They balls are already snipped. If a motherfucking man staying in the house with another man and both of them fucking the same women, his balls are already gone. He ain't really a man. So we ain't going. Is it like I tell you the same thing when I tell you the story about the bulls, about two real bulls if you ever try to put two bulls in a pasture with all the cows in there, it ain't gonna happen. They gonna tear that motherfucker up. And if them two men in there and they don't have a problem, they what you call the young calves. They ain't even a man yet. Because they don't even consider themselves a bull, and they don't even consider themselves is able to make. She probably get him a certain time, a certain day. Yeah, you Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Whenever, because man, whenever he want to hit, he want to hit. He don't want to be Thursday. Shit. He don't want to be Saturday. Oh, it's his time tonight. I catch her tomorrow. No, that ain't no man. So any man that put himself in that situation, nah, he ain't no man anyway. So anytime a woman try to compare with on the inside, you ain't even looking at men. You don't even look at men as men. Because anytime you say, oh, if a man can do it, a woman should be done, you're not even looking at a man for being a man. You looking at a man being equal to you, or y'all looking at the same way. And y'all should be able to do everything the same. If you can do it, I can do it. You can do it. No.
I would just think even if it was a man with multiple women, I would think that's unorthodox as it is if a woman had more than one man. Either way, I would say that is considered abnormal because I know when you have women living in the house, adult women, you know, you kind of clash in certain areas. You know, because, you know, women want their house a certain type of way or ran a certain type of way, you know, like having grown people live with you. It kind of clash with women, you know, so I'm sure it'll clash with men because most men are like the head of the house. So
Well, let me swing this one on you since you swung that little thing now. In the Bible, wasn't some of them people had multiple wives in the Bible?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Nuh-uh, you've read that. If you know the
Yeah,
Bible, you read that. Okay. So
yeah, it
have
was
you
in
ever
the Old Testament.
hold on, let me stop. Now, have you ever read the Bible and seen where a woman had multiple men in the Bible?
No, but this
So
is
it's
the
not
thing.
hold on. What I'm saying is it's not ordained natural. It's like a hyena. The reason I always hyenas always laugh because it's unnatural. It's unnatural for the woman to be bigger than the man, and it's unnatural for the goddamn woman to be the head of the clan, and all that. All the men under her is the same thing as what I see a dude is in a relationship. He a hyena. He what you call a hyena, because if the woman the dominant boss and you under there, she run you and all that old type of stuff.
But all the
you're not
but
a
listen,
hyena.
when
You're a hyena.
it talks about it in the Bible, it does not speak of them being under the same household.
Yeah,
It gave
but
different
see that
structures. They just had
but
like
see
concubines or their secondary wife, like that.
yeah
I don't recall reading that they were all under the same household.
yeah, I understand that, and I can understand how that can pass. But I also done seen it where they was in the same household, just in different rooms. Like the polygamy dudes, I done watch these polygamy dudes on TV, the white dude, whatever, and I done seen black dudes do that. They have rooms. They done have big old ranches and everything. Where some of these white men got 18 wives and stuff like that. And they doing good because sometimes the wives going out working, just like I was saying about sharing the money. Say you got you got 10 people working and the man there, and they all getting a check and getting him for him to manage what's going on. That mean at the same time he's saving, he's able to build a empire or whatever they doing, farming or whatever they doing. He can build something where all of them is Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, and like sometimes, like when it comes to two women and a man, sometimes the woman might be into that, and then they come together, and it's still a team thing. It's still where the man is in over something, because when you used to look at all the pimp movies back in the day and all that old type of stuff done, you used to always have a dude might have 3-4 women out there, all of them coming back giving money, and all of a sudden everybody living good. He got everybody dressed like him and everything. He got the cars, he got everything. But that's how that was rolling. But you ain't seen it on the other side. I ain't never seen the women out there and she had 4-5 niggas and she pimping on them or whatever. So we got to realize that it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. Come on with it.
It's sad because people are only in a relationship in the house. Outside, you single. That's the problem. Yeah. She said,
See?
see.
Okay.
So how that's not the same logic with two women?
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not.
She said, I would
It's-
never.
It'll never be the same logic because she said it wasn't Jesus. Yeah, but Jesus wasn't never married either. So if we all live like Jesus, we wouldn't be married around here either. So yeah, they said Jesus hung with whores. So I understand.
So that's why you got hoes and not married. Oh, okay then. What would Jesus do? Boy, you need to stop.
You said all that. I didn't say none of that. You said he said
Stop
in the
letting
Bible,
them.
Adam had one chick because she was the only chick there.
But these men just doing it for pleasure. Ain't no building, slick pimping.
Well, I mean, these men now ain't raised the same way that men was raised back in the day. I mean, if you ain't got a building mindset, if a man got a building mindset and he put in that situation, he'll build. But if a man ain't got a building mindset, no, he won't build. And we just got to realize you got to be careful what type of man you pick. If you pick a builder, stuff will be built. If you pick a destroyer, stuff will be destroyed. That part. Come on with it.
Men have controlled things for centuries, and they created the more than one woman thing.
No, that ain't because of that. Because let me tell you something. If a woman get out here and she got say a woman, she got 10 million. I mean, she got 10 million, right? All of them have sex with her. Who the baby daddy?
All of them.
She don't know.
But
if you got 10 women and you got one man and all of them end up pregnant, who the baby daddy? All of them know who the baby daddy. And then guess what? One thing about that, you can have 100 women and they run up on one man. You can repopulate the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I agree.
If you got a 1,000, if you got 100 men and one woman, she gonna fuck around and be dead by in the next 6 months. Somebody gonna get jealous.
Well, that's why a lot of that division stopped with having the polygamy from the Old Testament to the New, because there were women that started being envious, getting jealous.
Well, but I'm just saying. I mean, women can't move like men. It don't matter how women try to phrase it or whatever. It just ain't gonna be done. I'm sorry to tell them. I'm just saying. Women want to move like men so bad. So bad.
That's not true. Bad. That's not true.
That is so true. Because I'm listening to it. Wait. Adam only had one. Out of some of them dudes, what they said, the dude that split the Red Sea, what was his name?
Moses.
How many wives he had? Great men have more wives than regular men in the Bible.
Well, in the instance, he probably didn't have them all at one time, is what I'm saying.
But he got them, though. I ain't never heard in the Bible that a woman had 4 or 5 men. They was all virgins. They was all virgins. Virgin Mary, Virgin.
Oh, Lord.
They was all virgins.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, look, or they was stoned to death.
But no, I don't think Moses had more than one wife. I gotta look that up. I think he only had one.
Look how she did that. She said, men moving like women now and changing themselves crazy work. Now, let me tell you something. Them ain't men. Them what y'all raised. Them boy girls. Them ain't no men. Don't sit up here and consider them men, them boys out here moving like girls and switching and doing all that. It's allowed in the household. Due to oppression by men, let me tell
She
you
said
something.
she's responding to you saying women want to move like men, and I guess
No,
that's
no, that ain't due to oppression by men because uh, black women, since we've been in America, never been under the rule of thumb under black men. Slavery took over that. Most of the time, the black woman was in a higher authority than the black man. She was next to the white man that was knocking her boots down. She can tell the black man shut the hell up, or he can get hung, or whatever. That's just how close she was to the master, and she's still close to the master as we speak now. So it's no time that black men been over women. Yeah, not in America. So that was a good try. You can't think of damn time you seen a slave movie where a black man was whooping his slave wife and like, oh bitch, yeah. No, they were married and trying to make it or whatever, but no. If she called them police, he'd be whooped just like anybody else. He ain't never had, just like that's why he ain't got no strength over her now. Same thing. He ain't got no strength. Black man ain't never ran the black woman. And what era? If you go and you look back, even through the movies and this and that, Aunt Your Mama and all that, yeah, they had her on the damn Cirque bottle for years. Shit, letting them know a strong black woman, goddamn, was running thing. Slapping around, I used to watch the movie. They were slapping around men and everything. Look at rerun or whatever. You remember rerun and all them used to be in that 70s show.
what's happening. What's happening?
Remember the black girl used to slap all them around, had all them skin. Yeah. Yes, Big Shirley. I ain't never ran nothing. Shirley ran stuff. So yeah, men ain't never ran women, so y'all can stop that. See, once y'all realize that, because think about it, how she become a millionaire? Wasn't no man over her, wasn't no man taking her money. How pimps came because a lot of women was doing it on their own and they needed somebody to protect them. And that's how pimps came along. Pimps was nothing but a protector, and then he started requiring all the money to protect her. And then now women got OnlyFans and they doing the same. They pimping their own self. And you stop OnlyFans, you cut that out. Half the women around here crying.
So what is OnlyFans, like a dating site?
No, OnlyFans is a prostitution site. It's a site where women show they toe, they pinky toe, and get $1,000. They can show they goddamn a titty and get $200. They goddamn show they coochie and damn near get the world. So yeah, they're making money, and that's just the top tier now. It's a lot of OnlyFans that making crumbs. Yeah.
No. Strong black women in a world of feminine men, they need to be slapped back to reality. Be a man.
Nah, it's still some goddamn men out here. Y'all better put that damn hand down. Y'all mess around and slap the wrong one out here. And that's how Trump got back in office. That shit there. They thought they would go put a woman in there and slap men back in. I remember that girl in Ridgeland. I remember her saying, oh, she was talking to a man. Goddamn, you wait till November the motherfucking 5th, nigga. You gonna answer us women. I can see how men were like, oh, really? We sick of being oppressed. We got to vote for the man. Think about it. The same man, he was the first president to be the first two women to run for president. Ain't that something? And that's why everybody hate him. First man to be two women, and then after he won, they wanted to goddamn cut off the coochie and everything. Y'all not getting no coochie, and women started shaving their hair online. You remember when we showed that out here? Women started shaving their head, going bald head. We gonna make ourselves unattractive because we're like, oh, that make real sense. I'm gonna get fat.
They will hit it if you was unattractive. They don't care. So that had nothing to do with it.
It was crazy just listening to it. Man, the world would have been a better place. Yeah, right. More feminine place. She was already trying to let the prisoners get sex changes. That's bad that a president actually had to get elected and say, hey, boys got to be boys and girls got to be girls. That's bad. We got that bad that a president had to say, boys cannot go in girls' bathroom. This stuff crazy. I'm done. I'm done. Oh Lord. Cause they gonna make me act up. Let me see. She said they were already getting it done though. No, they wouldn't. They ain't had no money to get it done. If sex changes were that easy to get done, they'd have been having sex changes. They wouldn't need no president to be talking about giving them sex changes. That's just strange for a president to actually write down that she's gonna start getting people in jail straight sex changes. Boy, I tell you, how far down we ain't got. Boys playing in girls' sports, all that stuff. We hit an all-time low. But I understand. But hello. All right, but how they say, we ain't got to go home, but we're gonna have to do a part 2. I think this topic was just as good where we can do a part 2 because we ain't do none of the topic things. We got to do a part 2. And one thing about we ain't do but we ain't do but 3. God damn. We had a whole lot of stuff down. Yep. But yeah, we'll do part 2 next week because this wasn't right. It wasn't right.
And ladies, bring your questions. Bring your hot topics forward, please.
Part 2 is coming next week, and we're gonna do it. All right. Oh yeah, shouts out to you, Sam. I didn't shot your hawks. But yeah, good to see everybody on the show tonight. Good night, Eminem. And we're gonna get out of here because somebody got to go to sleep because people got to work tomorrow. Dead part. How you say? You had anything you wanted to say? Anything like this? Here,
good night, everybody.
No,
thank you all for tuning in.
Because I appreciate your voice on here. You know what I'm saying? We need a woman voice because they'll just tear me apart because I wouldn't know how to act. I wouldn't know how to act. Yeah. But we appreciate you.
We all over the place.
Miss Bella, we just let you know we appreciate you because without you, I would be just going down through here. Wouldn't be mad. all that, but I think I still would get some points across, but they'll get mad. They'll be mad. Okay, but let's get up out of this.
Yeah. Drip out big splash, baby, you can see it. Yeah. Strong.
Listen, Linda. What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at him. Got him! Got him! He cold.
She belongs to the streets.
Oh, my bad. I know what you were.
Y'all fancy.
Even if your eyes don't dare to me. Dress down like I had a six with a shimmy, nigga. That's a punk food. Don't be worried about what's wrong, dude.
Good night. See y'all later, alligator. Out the wild crocodile. How they say? We up out of here like last year. Peace.